Item Number: SCP-8063. Object Class: Euclid. Thaumiel. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-8063 is to be contained in Site-19 in a double-height humanoid containment cell. It is to be provided with 1 kilogram of raw flounder, cod, or other benthic bony fish once per day. Except during testing, SCP-8063 should not be allowed to see any Foundation personnel. Observation should be made using cameras or from behind one-way glass. Update: May 19, 2021. Following Incident 8063-01, SCP-8063 is to be interviewed daily. These interviews should be conducted using D-Class personnel diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Each interview should be conducted by sending the D-Class subject into SCP-8063's chamber, while fitted with an earpiece and microphone. The subjects are to be instructed to repeat SCP-8063's telepathic communications verbally before responding. Following these interviews, the subject is to be interrogated to determine whether they have been provided with the plans for construction of any SCP-8063-B instances. Description: SCP-8063 is an anomalous entity originally contained during a Foundation seafloor survey of Point Nemo. Footnote 1. Located at 48 degrees 52.6 minutes south and 123 degrees 23.6 minutes west, Point Nemo is the location on Earth's surface farthest from any landmass, commonly used as a spacecraft graveyard. The entity exhibits 5-fold symmetry, similar to that of a mundane starfish, with 5 eye stalks surrounding a mouth at the interior end of the body and 5 tentacles extending from the posterior end of the body. While motile, SCP-8063 has rarely been observed to move while in containment, except when prompted to by direct request. SCP-8063 is incapable of human speech, but can communicate via telepathy with individuals in its line of sight. Approximately every 28 days, SCP-8063 releases a cloud of haploid spores from spongiform tissue on its abdomen. This appears to cause SCP-8063 substantial psychological distress, but no observable physical damage. Though generally cooperative with Foundation staff, SCP-8063 persistently refuses to answer questions pertaining to its own identity, personal history, or the existence of other members of its species. As SCP-8063 bears a resemblance to figures and bas-relief carvings found in ruins in Marie Birdland. Footnote 2. The largest unclaimed territory of Antarctica. Foundation archaeological expeditions have identified numerous ruined cities of the civilization, buried beneath its ice sheet. Replicas of these carvings were placed within the entity's enclosure, with the hope that they would prompt it to provide details about the civilization. Instead, SCP-8063 destroyed the replicas, and refused to communicate with the researchers for 62 hours. Update: May 19, 2021. Following Incident 8063-01, SCP-8063 has been reclassified as Thaumiel. Additionally, several secondary anomalies, apparently constructed following instructions provided by SCP-8063, have been identified. Several of these secondary anomalies have been found to have uses beneficial to the wider Foundation. Interrogations with the goal of producing more such secondary anomalies are ongoing. Designation: B1. Description: a chemical compound, which when ingested alters the structure of a subject's body. Footnote 3. Subjects identifying as male experience a decrease in body fat, particularly around the buttocks and breasts, coupled with an increase in muscle mass, bone density, height, and body hair. Subjects identifying as female experience an increase in body fat, especially around the buttocks and breasts, and a decrease in muscle mass and size, bone density, height, and body hair. Derived uses: performance enhancement for Mobile Task Force operatives. Other uses classified, Level 5/8063. Designation: B2. Description: a syringe which makes use of higher dimensional geometry. Footnote 4. Also known as hypergeometry, a set of physical and mathematic techniques which can be used to shape and fold mundane materials in anomalous ways. to penetrate skin without pain and guide itself away from veins and arteries. Derived uses: intramuscular auto-injectors, vaccine needles, ongoing research into hypergeometry, focusing on uses in weapon development. Designation: B3. Description: a thaumaturgical technique which causes the user's endocrine system to begin producing the sex hormones of a healthy member of the opposite sex. Derived uses: none. Incident 8063-1 reports: on May 11, 2021, Dr. Anna Mose submitted a name and gender change. Dr. Mose's physician, Dr. Hubert Grant, noted that Dr. Mose had not been prescribed hormone replacement therapy or diagnosed with gender dysphoria, but did exhibit signs of prolonged hormone therapy. As DIY, footnote 5, hormone therapy that is conducted outside of an official prescription by a licensed clinician. Hormone suppliers are not approved vendors for Foundation staff. An investigation was launched into Dr. Mose's transition. Investigators found that prior to her assignment to the anomaly, Dr. Mose was noted for a lack of enthusiasm, persistent apathy towards her career, and volatility towards her colleagues. Footnote 6. Symptoms common in staff experiencing gender dysphoria. Her behavior led to numerous disciplinary warnings, and frequent moves between projects. Following her assignment to the SCP-8063 team, however, her work ethic and mood improved to the point that she was considered for promotion. After investigators discovered that Dr. Mose had not purchased DIY hormone therapy medications or precursors required for at-home manufacturing, a search of her quarters was conducted. This search found 3 documents, later classified SCP-8063-B-1 through -3, containing instructions which Dr. Mose followed to anomalously complete her gender transition. Dr. Mose was detained, and following an interrogation where she revealed that SCP-8063 had communicated the information contained in the documents to her, accused of inappropriate contact with an anomaly. Dr. Mose alleged that the anomaly had wanted nothing in return for this beyond conversation, and that it was happy to no longer be alone. At her disciplinary hearing, Dr. Mose was found to have inappropriately made contact with an anomaly, misappropriated Foundation resources, and inappropriately received medical care from a non-Foundation source. As a result, she was demoted to junior researcher and moved off of the SCP-8063 research team. Following her transfer, her work performance has remained at exceptional levels. Thank you all for watching, and a special thanks to all my patrons, especially my level 5 patron, Inkbound Scholar. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon to gain early access to videos, the ability to vote on what videos I make next, along with numerous other Patreon benefits.